Hello, everyone. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Prehistoric Facts Extra Episode number 84. And in this type of extra episode, I'll be talking about my favorite prehistoric mammals. And so, like any types of videos like this is no ranking. This is just a list of some of my favorite prehistoric mammals. And some of these have not had a uh, special episode of them yet, or otherwise, some of them did have an a special episode about them, but I could actually do a redux of some of these special episodes that I've done on some of them. But anyway, so and there's going to be a little bit of information put into them, but I go more in depth about each animal in a special episode, and so just to keep in mind about that. And so let's actually get started with this list. First off, the American Mastodon. I've always liked the American Mastodon because of the fact is that kind of an underrated type of relative of the elephant. I think it's very underrated because of the fact is that the mammoths get a lot of attention, like the woolly mammoth, the Columbian mammoth. They always get a lot of attention, but the American Mastodon doesn't get as much attention it deserves. And so I'd say that because of the fact is that the American Mastodon is kind of like a is still a large elephant-like creature, but also it's kind of in that medium-sized range for an elephant, and it's got the those like molar-like teeth that are like mountain shaped. You know, those molars are very like mountain shaped because of their design to actually crush up stuff from trees. So it can eat fruits, it can eat like seed pods, you know, those sorts of things. I mean, like those things, it's like American Mastodon deserves a little bit more of attention to actually get noticed for like one of the greatest prehistoric mammals to ever exist. Next is Daeodon, and so Daeodon is part of the Entelodon family. It is one of the largest members of the Entelodon family, and it's got those like large, powerful jaws, those big canines, powerful uh, premolars and molars for crushing, uh, not just like plant material, but also bone. Because this animal is an omnivore, and man, this thing was just such a cool creature. Uh, of the fact is that it can open its jaws really wide, and it's just like one of those like things that you probably do not want to meet in a dark alley. And telodonts are probably like one of those prehistoric animals that you do not want to meet in a dark alley, you know, because of like how powerful they really are, the bone crushing jaws. Like it's got like all the tools necessary to be one of the uh, scariest but also coolest types of prehistoric mammals. I love this animal because of the fact that the bone crushing jaws, just the overall design of the animal, like just like being kind of pretty bulky but still agile enough to be able to catch prey. But mostly it was more likely going to be a scavenger than anything else. But yeah, I mean, this thing is just an awesome looking creature. Next is Smilodon fatalis. Now, Smilodon populator is the largest of the cat family, especially for the saber-toothed cats. But I like Smilodon fatalis a little bit more because it's the more iconic of the saber-toothed cats, and it's just and it's most of the remains of Smilodon fatalis are mostly found in North America. And boy, man, this thing is just such a cool animal. You know, just those large canines, the power of what it had for like its ability to wrestle prey to the ground. Not a particularly fast animal, mainly agility. It's not quite the agile animal, and it's not a long distance runner. It can still be pretty fast, but only for a short distance. But these were the wrestlers of the saber tooth of the cat family. These were the wrestlers, and so yeah, these were the really cool type of prehistoric cats. I, Smilodon populator was kind of the same thing, but I like Smilodon fatalis because it's the more iconic of all the saber-toothed cats. Next is Leptictidium. I kind of fell in love with this mammal when it was featured in Walking with Beasts because it was so strange of a creature. You know, it's got like kangaroo-like hind limbs and a long tail. It almost looks like a rodent, but it's not. It's part of an ancient group of mammals. And man, I just love how like interesting this thing really is. It's part of an ancient group of mammals, and I just think that this thing deserve get needs a little bit more attention than just being on Walking with Beasts. I think it does have and it's got that cool looking no that cool looking nose where it can use it to find prey, you know, like insects and some worms and all that. Like, man, this thing is such an interesting creature. Next is Megalonyx jeffersoni, or Jefferson's ground sloth. Uh, this is actually one of my favorite ground sloths. Um, there's like many types of ground sloths that fossils and different types of specimens, but like I like this one because this is the one I've seen the most. I would love to see like a Megatherium, one of the biggest ground sloths to ever exist. That one's from South America, but I like looking at the Megalonyx jeffersoni. It's just such an interesting, cool looking creature, and also it's based off of American history too, because because somebody who found some fossils of Megalonyx were actually in like the eastern part of the United States, and they brought it over to Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, but he was part of the U.S. government at that point in time before he became president, and he was also a well loved, and he also liked nature, and so he looked at these like bones that this guy actually had, and so he was like, "Wow, these are very interesting." But he didn't know what they were at first because, like, well, first and foremost, he didn't know anything about sloths. He didn't know that there were like giant sloths that used to live in North America, and so he kind of labeled it as a giant lion's claw. And he published it in a uh, natural history journal, and it took many years before to say that like Jefferson was wrong of like what it really was because and he thought that this animal still existed, but really it wasn't. It was an extinct animal, and so yeah, it took many years for scientists to actually realize that Thomas Jefferson was wrong in his description. Is that he didn't know any better. He didn't know what ground sloth. He didn't know what sloths really were, and also he didn't know what that there were extinct versions of sloths that used to live in North America. And so yeah, I like this one because it's got American history to it, and also it's got just an array of cool features like those large claws, that bulky body design. Like it's got it all. Next is Arctodus simus, or the giant short-faced bear. I always love the giant short-faced bear because of how large it really is, and also it's got that shortened face. The skull of this thing is just amazing. I've seen replicas of this skull, and I've seen a fossil of one in the mammoth site in South Dakota. And boy, this thing is just so cool. Of like the large paws, the long legs for long distance uh, walking. It could actually go pretty fast, but only in a straight line. And it's got large claws on those paws, catcher's mitt-sized hands or paws, and those and that skull designed to crush bone. Like, boy, man, this thing was so cool. Just so cool. And one of my favorite groups of mammals are the creodonts, and my favorite creodont is Hyenodon horridus. The creodont family is probably my favorite group of mammals, an ancient group of predatory mammals that doesn't exist today, and I just love these things, just how uh, interesting they really are in terms of like Like their design is very similar to like dogs or hyenas, but they're not really related to dogs or hyenas. They're kind of like distant cousins of them. But like, man, these are just cool creatures. Hyenodon horridus, just like the given the nickname Razor Jaws, and like the bone crushing abilities of those jaws. And I have a replica skull of Hyenodon horridus now in my collection, and boy, that thing is awesome. Just the size of the skull alone, it's as big as an NFL football. Like that's crazy of like how massive that skull is on an animal that was probably the size of a pit bull. And boy, this thing was just awesome to look at. And I've seen real fossils of this thing in museum displays. Boy, this thing is just so cool. I love this one. I love Hyenodon horridus. But there's other relatives of Hyenodon. There's different types of Hyenodon out there, other types of creodonts. But this one's my favorite. This is one of my favorites. But tell me what you got. What are your favorite prehistoric mammals? Let me know in the comments section down below, and give me your favorite prehistoric mammals. You don't have to rank them. You just give me a good list. Just give me a good list of prehistoric mammals that you like and you have always been fascinated by. Please let me know in the comments down below. And the next episode will be on May 23rd, 2024, and that'll be a special episode. I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about, so stay tuned for that. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dinochrist. Like the page, you actually put your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messengers are private conversations, so please put your questions in the comment section on any Facebook post. And for you YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel according to my analytics, so that if you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And how YouTube algorithm works, the more likes the video gets, the more likely the videos get spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, uh, paleontology, prehistoric life, paleontology, geology in general, and also share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. Feel free to do so, and also hit that notification bell so that way you can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out, and so that way you can get notified of all those videos. If you're having trouble with notifications, please unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then hit that like button, or hit that bell again, so that way you're getting those notifications. And also for YouTubers out there, leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all for the Q&A episode. So all of you that are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube, you guys are giving me some great questions for the Q&A episodes. You guys are awesome, so keep up the great work. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at down.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads. It's the same thing, at down.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you. That's for you younger people out there that makes you listen. Your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation. Good education is very important. Have good educations. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.